Hello, let's talk about purple oxalis. This is the plant that's right next to me here. It's sitting in our deep water culture system. This is a system that we have in the farm that's hydroponic, and it's where the plants sit to grow out to really good size. And you can see there's a bunch of these plants next to me here. What's characteristic about purple oxalis, some people call this variety purple oxalis triangularis, so that'll give you an idea of the shape of the plant. I'm just going to find a nice little leaf here. Yeah, look at this guy. So you got these beautiful butterfly wing shaped triangular pieces, a nice soft underside to the leaf, almost like velvet. It's a very luxurious little plant. And it's part of the sort of commonly known as sorrel family, or oxalis in general. And oxalis also refers to the oxalic acid that's in these things. And it's a sour taste. It's actually the same acid that occurs in rhubarb, but in a much higher concentration in rhubarb. That's why you wouldn't really eat rhubarb raw. You're going to get a stomachache. This stuff has less oxalic acid, enough to give you a sour taste, but not enough, unless you were to eat like this whole rack, not enough to give you a stomachache. So it's perfectly safe to use this in food. It's a great way to get an acidic taste in a dish. And chefs talk about acid as one of these primary flavor pieces that they're going to put into a dish. So acid might be things like lemon juice, like vinegar, common forms of acid. Then you'll balance that out with a fat, might be from like an avocado or an oil, or there's fat in a lot of animal products. And then you would match that maybe with salt, so something salty like salt or soy sauce, things like that. Salt, fat, acid, where else am I? Sweet, okay, so something like sugar as well. And then a lot of people talk about bitterness as well, or umami being like this other taste, that really savory taste. So long-winded way of saying there's acid in this, and makes it a really good thing to use in a dish to kind of balance out other flavors. So just as you would, maybe you would take something like an ice cream and then you would have a more acidic sauce on it, like a raspberry sauce. So instead you could use something like this, which would give you that acidic flavor, that sourness. It's almost like a grape skin or a plum skin, a green apple kind of taste that match out against something really, really creamy. So chefs love this kind of stuff because they can use this to give you a flavor on the dish that you wouldn't expect. And so, for a savory, meaty dish, one of our customers, Arden, the restaurant, they'll use maybe a duck breast or a piece of steak, and that'll be a really fatty component. And then sprinkling some of these little leaves on there, can't pick this up now, will give it like that acid balance. And that's going to really perk up your food and make it really, really fun. So I love it. Also just great in a cocktail because you can cut this, pop it into a drink, and it's a really interesting, fun thing to eat as you drink. Whoa, yeah. It's one of these things that makes your eyes kind of twinge because it's great. It's just got that really, really good acid kind of flavor. This is something that when people taste it on the farm as one of our tours, they want to go back again and again for this thing. It's really memorable kind of flavor. And it's part of that sorrel family. Sorrel is sort of a name for these plants that have sour tastes, basically. And also, interestingly enough, there's a drink that people have in Jamaica that they call sorrel, which is sour, but it's actually not from the same family. It's from hibiscus instead. So if you've had hibiscus tea before, you'll get that sour taste, but it's not actually the same thing. So lots of more things I could say about this, but it's great to grow at home. It's a very popular houseplant. So you can buy it as a seedling, and that will grow out into something that's really visually quite striking, but also tasty. Don't spray any pesticide on there. Don't use any chemicals, and then you can eat this nicely and freely. But also you'll see it in people's gardens. You'll see it growing. It's, it'll grow natively in North America very happily as well. And you can get different colors of this as well. You'll get a green oxalis, which might have a white flower. You'll have much smaller ones called wood sorrel, which will have a yellow flower. So lots and lots of things going on in this family. It's one of my favorite things, purple oxalis. Try it out.